One of the questions I hear from so many people is, what is our favorite inflatable air tent to take on long family glamping trips of 7 days or more? Well, we have all kinds of tents that we use on all different kinds of trips. We use small backpacking tents. We have small tents for scouting. We've bought inflatable tents for three, four, five, 6 person. We have two 6 person air tents now. In this video, I want to give you a walk around and a walkthrough of our favorite air tent for long trips that are longer than 7 days and can range from 1 to 2 weeks. I call this our tent Mahal. It's an Outwell Clarkston 6A. We love all our tents, but I think you'll find in this video why we love this air tent for our long glamping trips. Besides it's quite large, 3 zones, 14 by 26 feet, I can inflate this tent in about 20 minutes by myself. In addition, there are 11 tinted windows that you can see by this video that you can see out, but people really can't see in. Please subscribe, share, and leave comments on what else you want to see or learn about air tent glamping. And please watch till the end as I will share one of the most important tips about features you need to have or make sure you get when you purchase an intense family glamping tent. This is the Outwell Clarkson 6A setup, and here at Paladera Canyon, just south of Amarillo in Texas. And in this case, I've got one of the side doors stretched out as kind of an awning, and as you can see back here is the sleeping zone. There's 3 zones on this particular tent. Sleeping zone that sleeps 6 people. There's the living section in here, about 8 by 13 feet. And there's what's called the wet section up front here. It's about 4:30. And let's go take a look inside and see how it's ready to camp, or in this case, glamp. Glamping tent, this Outwell 6A Clarkston. Now over here on the left, we've got a kitchen setup, and where we do hot coffee and would cook if we needed to. If it was too cold outside or it was raining, couldn't get a fire going, or we didn't want to be outside, this would be a cooking station. We have vents up above the windows to let things out. We don't ever use gas. You never want to use gas in your tent, propane or any kind of fuel. This is a try-to-go in the back, a restroom, potty for emergencies, or if it's real cold or just convenience, a pop-up trash can. And down here we have electrical equipment such as lights and inflator, deflator, and things like that. And then stacked food preparation, water right there. And what's nice here is an electric burner, 2-burner unit that you can prepare meals or heat things up if you want to, and have coffee ready in the morning. As I move to the side over here, as you come in your tent, it's always really important that you take your shoes and boots off. And a lot of people think you do that because you're trying to keep the living area of your tent clean. But what you're really trying to do is you're trying to protect your tent floor from your hard sole making contact with stones and sticks that could poke through and damage the inner tent. This particular tent has a second zone for living. There's a wet zone out here in case it gets wet, water can roll through. It does have a tub feature, which means you can zip up the parts and it creates a flap so that mud or rain or bugs can't crawl in, which is a nice feature. Another one feature of your higher end tents, especially your glamping tents, is going to be this piece right here. And what that is, that would allow you to run a guy line down from the center of the tent to stabilize it to reach there, and then pull it taut so that you wouldn't get any water that would come up through the wet tarp of the tent. So that's a feature that's really nice if you need to stabilize your tent, otherwise it's just hidden in there. Then you've got this bathtub liner as you're moving into the living area of the tent. So now that I've pulled back the barn door on this Clarkston 6A, You can start to see the living section of this particular tent. And our theme on this camp trip, we do different themes, is lodge. So we have a fall bear rug on the floor. We have some wood stools that also operate as storage, and then we have some pillows that kind of look like logs. There's a little hedgehog down there. That's our dog's toy. But in here, what you can see is, again, more windows. There's mesh doors on both sides, and those doors have clear windows, and they have solid panels. All windows, all 11 windows in this particular tent, have curtains that you can have partially up or all the way up, toggle up to the top for complete privacy. One of the things that really makes the living section nice is this carpet, and I highly recommend carpeting for anyone who's going to go glamping. It just makes everything warmer, softer, quieter. Over here we have our what's considered our wine station or drink tower. So we have different wines in there, different drinks. Here's the rule on drinking. In Texas, I don't know about every state, but in Texas, you're allowed to have alcohol in your tents, but no public consumption of alcohol, such as around the fire, you're not supposed to, or out anywhere in the park itself. But inside your tent, it is your home, your residence, and you have the right to partake in whatever you want to drink in Texas. Here's one of the doors. We just have the mesh screen up right now so you can see right outside. If it were raining, we would have the plastic door down so you could see outside like one of the windows. It would look like that. And there's ventilation above the windows. Now I move into the sleeping section, and so the way we've configured it this time is we have the adults on the left side in this particular sleeping chamber. This is a separate, or a tent within a tent. There's a separate chamber, as you can see, to make things quieter, to make things more peaceful when you sleep at night. In the middle here is a section for storing things. Different pockets and things like that. There's our bear head there as part of our lodge motif. We have lights set up. So we do real bright lights or soft lights, whatever kind of ambience we want. Back here is a chair, as well as this folds out into an inflatable bed. This is where our son sleeps at night. This is our equipment. Now in this case, we have the divider section toggled away so that we actually have one open room where we could sleep 6 people if we wanted to. Moving back over here, chair, table, another chair, as we want to entertain or have people in our tent. And we have one of the mesh door, a window, and again the beams. This is a 3-zone sleep zone, living zone, and then wet zone. This is a 3-zone, 11 window, 5 beam tent. All tinted windows. DStyle door. This particular door, again, has 3 layers. It has a clear layer that you can see through, tinted on the outside, so it's hard to see in while I'm filming. As we come inside, there's a curtain on the door that is folded halfway up, or it can go all the way up to make it completely dark. This can be toggled back so that this is a complete D-style mesh door, kind of like a screened-in porch to let air through.